So hi, we're going to do just a very basic beginner's chair yoga class. And this is just going to be a lot of just gentle movement and some basic yoga poses. So I like to start in my chair. I always put a blanket down first, just to help move around, makes the chair a little bit more comfortable. I have a strap. So if you don't have a yoga strap available, you can use a bathrobe belt, a dog leash, a scarf, anything, a towel, whatever works best for you. And then I usually have a block nearby just in case I need it. If you don't have a block, you can use like a water jug, maybe a little footstool, anything like that. So just bring your feet to the floor, grounded in the four corners. If you have short legs, I highly recommend that maybe you do put something underneath your feet for a little bit better grounding, a little bit more comfort. So grounding the sits bones into the chair, let's lengthen the spine, roll the shoulder blades back and away from the ears, and just check in with the neck. Make sure we're not leaning too far forward or too far back. And draw the belly in towards the spine. So I always imagine as if I'm like buttoning up some pants, you know, that are a little tight, laying down on the floor and button up the pants. So just drawing everything in towards the center. So unhinge the jaw, let there be a little space between the teeth, soften the face. Make sure the shoulders are released and relaxed down towards the floor. And just take a few deep breaths. Let's take 3 big inhales and then sigh it out on the exhale. Wonderful. Let's take some more breaths and we'll add a little bit more movement with it. So on the inhale, we'll bring the arms up overhead. Take your gaze to the fingertips. And on the exhale, bring the chin down to the chest, arms back down to the side. Inhale, lifting, reaching. Exhale, lowering, chin back down to chest. One more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. Beautiful. And do that at your own pace. So hands can come to the lap. And we're going to start just by tick-tocking from side to side. We're taking the movement from the hips. You're going to feel this in the hip joints. Might surprise you a little bit. Keep both sits bones grounding into the chair. We're just working at loosening the low back up just a little bit. And then let's turn it into a big torso circle here. You can make the circles as big or small as you like. And then let's reverse directions. One more time around. And then come back into center. Excellent. Let's inhale, arms up. And on the exhale, bring the fingertips down to the shoulders. Inhale, lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the hands out in front of you, like you're holding a big ball here. Inhale, throw the ball up into the air. And exhale, let the arms come back down to the side. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fingertips to shoulders. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, hands back out in front. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release. So one more time. You might start to feel this a little bit in the shoulders, a little bit of sensation. Fingertips to shoulders. Lift the elbows. Exhale, release out in front. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, arms back down to the side. Bring your hands to the knees. We're going to move through a pose called cat-cow. So on the inhale, we're going to tip the pelvic cup forward. Get a little arch to the back, maybe a little lift in the chest or the chin. And on the exhale, tilt the pelvic cup back. Round up into a ball, chin to chest. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Let's Let's do this a few more times. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more time. Perfect. Come back into center seated. So take the right hand and maybe you want to rest it on the leg. Maybe you want to hold on to the chair. You might feel more stable. Let's inhale the left arm up. Reach the fingertips high towards the ceiling. Check in with the shoulder. Make sure that the shoulder blade is sliding down the spine. On the exhale, reach over to the side. Let's take 2 big breaths, breathing into the side, open body. And then inhale, come back up to center, and exhale, release. And then just very gently take it back to the other side. Reach the right arm up, check the shoulder, and exhale, lean over to the side. 2 breaths. Inhale, back up, and exhale, bring the hands back down. Let's go ahead and reach both arms up, overhead, check in with the shoulders, palms face each other. You might even rotate the pinky fingers just back just a little bit. And let's extend the right leg out in front of us. Flex the foot if that's possible, pull the toes back. And then take a big inhale. And then on the exhale, reaching out, forward and down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold. So you've got choices here too. If that's a little too much movement today, then just stay in the fold. Inhale, lifting, or maybe you stay upright. Lots of options. You decide what's best for your body today. And then come back up. Let's switch legs. Extend the other foot, pull the toes back, take a big inhale. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. And come back up. Bring the foot back in and exhale, release. And let's just shake out the arms. Lots of movement in the arms already. So let's take some attention to our legs and feet. So let's wake up the ankles, draw some circles in the air with the toes, or maybe you write your name in the air with your toes. And then go the opposite direction. And take it to the other foot. Big circles, or writing your name, or some people pick a word for the year. Maybe you can write that in the air. Go the other direction. And bring that foot back in. And then let's go ahead and take our left leg out over the side of the chair. And so we're straddling the corner of the chair. And we're going to take the left hand to the back of the chair. The right hand can stay on the right thigh. Inhale a nice long spine. And start to twist so that you're looking out over the left shoulder. Deep breaths in towards the belly. And then release the twist. Let's take the right arm and bring it to the right thigh and reach the left arm over. Reach and stretch as though you're going to touch the screen in front of you or touch the wall in front of you. And then come back up to seated. So we've got our left foot out to the side here. The heel is intersecting with the chair. So extend the right leg out as much as it's comfortable. So if you have some hip issues, keep it in, keep it safe. If extending the leg long without locking the knee is comfortable, and I'm also sitting way up on the edge of the chair, so it's almost like I'm not even on the chair. Let the arms float up. Gaze comes out over the left fingertips. And this is Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze comes out over the middle finger of the left hand. So let the right hand come to the thigh, flip the left hand up, reach up towards the sky, let the right hand slide down the leg, peaceful warrior. Another big breath here. And then return back to warrior two. So we're gonna get tricky here. Let's take this right hand, bring it down alongside. We're gonna twist and turn so that we're now looking out over the left toes. The right foot came in, we're lifting the right heel. Right knee's coming down towards. If you need a little extra support, this is a great place to bring in a block. But if you don't need the block, go ahead and take a little bit of the calf movement and reach up towards the sky. Find your crescent lunge. Very nice. Bring the arms back down. We're gonna come back towards facing center, facing front, but keep the legs far apart. Let there be a big space between the feet and the toes are pointing out. So take a big inhale. And then very slowly, we're gonna exhale, forward fold. So this is where I like to use my block or a water bottle. Like I've got my water cup here, that would work too. And just let it balance you, let it keep you from coming down. And then as you settle into the pose, if it's in your practice, you can allow yourself to get a little bit lower if it feels good. And I always like to add in a little bit of somatic movement here, maybe just a little bit of wiggle from side to side, and just allowing the crown of the head just to come down towards the floor. One more breath. And bring your hands up to the knees, and then just very slowly roll yourself back up to seated. Taking it nice and easy. All right, we'll take it to the other side. So just taking it nice and slow. The right knee is gonna come out over the corner of the chair. Left leg is coming forward. So left hand stays on the left thigh, right hand comes to the back of the chair. Inhaling a long spine and just rotate into a twist. Two more breaths here. And then come back in. Let the left arm forearm come to the left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over. Reach and stretch for 2 more breath cycles. And then come back up towards seated. We're gonna take our body, our hips and chest are gonna come out towards the side. This leg is going to, we're gonna go into our warrior two first. Sorry. Extend the leg a little bit longer, keeping it real. And let the arms float up, finding your warrior two. Gaze comes out over the right fingertips. If keeping the arms up is not comfortable, you can always bring them one to the waist. You can bring them both to the waist if that feels good. But for now, we'll go ahead and bring this hand down, flip the palm up of the right hand, and find a peaceful warrior. We'll just stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Now, we're gonna face forward. Bring the knee with us. Let the heel lift, and then reach up, finding crescent lunge. Beautiful. And bring the hands down, and we'll just turn all the way to the front. And let's just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Ooh, got a little hip crackage there. Sometimes that feels good. And just let the hips, the knees go from side to side. You can go as fast or slow as you like. You can hold it if that feels good. Maybe hold it that way. And then just come back into center. Perfect. So let's take a big inhale. So our feet are planted on the floor. The toes are coming out from the knees. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, draw an imaginary line down the center of the body. Find your forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep the arms out, press the feet into the floor, come back up to seated, palms together overhead, hands to heart center. Let's do that a couple more times. This is one of my favorites. It's a sun breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands to heart center. So one more time, and pay attention. I'm going to throw something in there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to press the feet into the floor. Toes are coming forward. Start to sweep the arms up. Palms are facing each other. And we're going to keep the chest in line with the knees as best we can. Draw the belly in. Press the feet in as if you're going to stand up. We're taking our chair pose in a chair. So really engage the core here. Take another breath. And then inhale, lift. And exhale, release. So this is one thing. It doesn't, nobody said, kind of doesn't feel like yoga so much when we do this. But we practice this a lot in my regular chair yoga classes. We practice this regularly because it's one of these things that I feel like is a really important movement that we start to lose the ability as we age or if we're recovering from surgery. So we call these blast offs, and how you do them is how you do them. It's okay. So I have students who cannot stand up because of one reason or another, but they still make the movement as if they were. So I'm going to show you what a blast off looks like. Toes and feet coming forward. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, sit back down. Pretty simple, but sometimes that motion of coming up and down kind of gets lost. We forget how to do it sometimes. So I always like to come a little bit further to the front of the chair. The feet are in. And if this is your blast off today, perfect. Keep building it. Keep sending the message to the legs and the feet that we're going to stand. So let's just do 8. So as you progress in the video, if you ever want to do more, we usually add on a little bit by little bit each week. And then back it back up again and start building up. So you can do 8. If 4 is in your practice today, then stop at 4 and rest. You have permission. You didn't need me to tell you that, but I'm telling you that anyway. So let's go ahead and start. So inhale, stand. Exhale, sit. Pretty simple. But this is a nice strengthening. Since I talk too much and I forget what I'm doing. 4, right? This helps to strengthen the quads, the core muscles. Oops. You'll start to feel a little bit warm after these because we're working the big muscles in the body. This is even a nice, gentle cardio. And I think that's our last one, 8. All right, sit back down. I'm going to fix my blanket. Happens to me every time. All right, so let's just take a little breather here. Catch our breath. It's always a good time for a nice drink of water. And I'm also leaving time because maybe you've watched this video several times and maybe you're doing 12 today. So here's your time to do 12. And then we'll just take a little breath. Let's do some arm movements with our breathing. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, release. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Let's just go ahead and bring it down a little bit quieter and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. You can have the eyes open, you can let them close. And then there's lots of options here. Maybe you want to extend the right hand out to the side. Maybe you want to take the left hand and let it rest on top of the head. And then another option is to wrap the right arm behind the back, walk it over towards the left hip for an opening. So you don't have to do all 3 of these. You can do 1, you can do a combo of 2. Whatever fits best in your body today, that's what we're going for. We're just trying to find a gentle stretch in the neck, not forcing, not pulling our heads down. Just trying to find some opening between the ears and the shoulders. One more breath. And then release the hand back down to the lap. Let the chin come down to the chest for a gentle back of the neck stretch. And then we'll roll the right ear to the right shoulder. And again, find your hand placement. Hand placement can be on the knee, on the thigh. It can be off to the side, behind the back, on top of the head. Anything that feels good to you, you decide, you explore. Be curious. Each time you can do something different. These are very nice if you were sitting in front of a computer often. You just need to get a little bit of a neck and shoulder stretch. So one more breath here. And then exhale, release, come back up to seated. So bring the chin back down to the chest one more time. And let's just draw some big smiley faces on the chest with the chin going from ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. If doing a full head circle is in your practice, take it nice and slow and easy. Be careful of any kinks or pinches. We don't want to hurt ourselves. So going from side to side is enough, half circles, but you always have options to explore in your practice. So bring the head back up to center. Let's make our way to Shavasana. So we're going to scooch back in the chair just a little bit. Find wherever's comfortable. And sometimes I even like to take my chair all the way to the wall. That way I can let my head rest against the wall. My arms can come out to the side and rest. And just close your eyes or take a soft gaze to the floor if that serves you well. And let's just stay here for just a few moments, knowing that you're safe and you're grounded. Taking a few deep breaths. Softening the forehead, softening the space between the eyebrows, softening your temples, softening your cheeks. Unhinge the jaw once again. Allow there to be a space between the teeth. Allowing the breath to travel down the shoulders, down to the fingertips. Softening your neck and throat center. Softening your heart sensor, your rib cage, your abdominal muscles. Breathe in and all around the hip sockets. Allow the breath to travel down the legs, over the knees, all the way down to the toes. And just staying here in this peaceful rest for as long as you like. If the mind begins to wander, and it probably will, just bring the attention back to the breath. I'll leave you here in your Shavasana, where you can stay as long as you like. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Peace be with you.